A-level, A2, second year, 2007. Here are some examples of mould design, building moulds to make furniture products. This mould was to make a tub chair, and this was for Joe. You see it on the side here, made a very effective tub chair, lots of laminations, and worked well. Mould, and here you have a mould for a coffee table. Plywood would be wrapped around this mould and fastened down using G-clamps. And this side view of it, this was Adam's mould. Heavy MDF construction, plywood skin, and here's another view of the seat mould for the sled. This was made by Fiona. This was the seat for the sled, so it was quite a tight bend for this plywood. We had to sort of soak the plywood to enable us to bend it without it splitting. The first dry, bend, dry, split, dry, split the wood. And here's the plywood being actually fastened to the mould using G-clamps. This is a part curved mould, and here you can see the plywood fastened to it. This was for a stand for Kyle, a clothes stand, and here was a mould for a seat. Here it is being clamped together, the plywood strips being clamped together using glue, of course, and G-clamps. And here's the final thing made up. Lots of knockdown fittings there. So there's the mould again, and from this mould which was quite a job really, building this mould. In fact, all the moulds, building the moulds for your furniture design is probably 75% of the whole job. So this is it's worth retaining these until the moderator's been to sort of see what you've done, to prove out the work you've done. And here is the coffee table mould before we put the skin on, and there's the mould with the skin on, ready for bending round. This was actually a tub chair mould. I think I started off with this on this video. A tub chair mould. It's actually bigger than it looks, and that was for a tub chair. This is another view of Kyle's part curved mould for his clothes stand. So he made two curved sections which bolted to a flat upper section. The two curved sections produced the stand. So it's quite a nice little job was this one, quite an unusual job. And there's a long distance view of the tub chair mould, and there's the seat mould, and in the distance Kyle's stand mould, and here's the coffee table mould. And just looking over here, get a closer view of Kyle's mould.